Now then guys, thank you for joining Foot Talkers. It's been an incredible week as this with the amount of support that we've had in terms of subscribers, views and everything like that. So massive thank you from me to you. We've just hit over 300 subscribers, so yeah, massive. You know, it's higher than I expected it to be so quickly, so thank you very much. And on that note, if you are new to the channel, subscribe, join the journey, leave us a comment. Just, yeah, hope you like the videos that can get put out there for you. So today's video, guys, is all about the one that got away. This is just based on SBCs, players that have been available that are now expired. The only way that you'd be lucky enough to get one of these players now would be by packing them in a party bag. The rules that I've put together on this one are basically simple as they cannot be above 1 million coins in terms of how much it costs for the SBC. They are not an icon because you can buy them now. They're not expired players. So yeah, they're the two rules that I put together. Weirdly from that, all my players that I put together in my top 10 are all below 500,000. So it'd be really interesting to see what you can get together in terms of your top 10 of just those two rules there, and leave in the comments what you've gone for. My top 10 will be completely different to yours. I imagine there'll be some players that'll be in there, but you might have some completely different that aren't. You might be your number one, might not even be in my top 10. So leave a comment, it'd be really interesting to see. I imagine a lot of the other people that are watching this would find it interesting to see what other people watching the video are going for. So with no further ado, this is what we're looking at. In 10th place, I've gone for Alessandrini. At the point where he came out on this game, he was 128,000 coins to get together, and he was absolutely class. I'd say that he's slightly behind the curve now in terms of the style of play that you can get at this point of FIFA, but certainly got a good few months out of him when he was first released into it. And yeah, that's the number 10 spot. Into number 9. This is where it's going to be different. Again, it's like you might think it's all going to be attacking players, but it's not. There's a bit of everything in this top 10. So in 9th place, I've gone for the Rangers skipper himself, Tavernier. I weren't sure about going for him at first, but I just felt, look, you know, I've heard quite a few people raving about him and this, that and the other, so I joined in. I was a sheep to the crowd. I thought I'll join this journey. And I got him 186,000, and at the time I thought that could be a bit steep for a right back. But yeah, quality player. I think for me, he's one of them that's been in my. I reckon I've played over 300 games with him now. Obviously, his stats improved when Rangers got them 4 wins, so in a row. So that to me were a big deal. And again, I see him in a lot of weekend league teams. Luckily, he's in my team. Into 8th place, I've gone for Toni Kroos. Some people I've spoke to say that they hate his card, they think it's like playing with a bus, he's not great, this, that and other, but I've really enjoyed him. I think in terms of his passing, there's nobody better. I'm telling you now, he is absolutely hands down the best passer on the game, better than Xavi and all that, 100%. The only thing is he's quite expensive for what he wants. But just over 400,000 coins it was to put this together. But yeah, he's a top tier player, and I really enjoyed having him in my team. So he joins the top 10 of the one that got away. Into number 7, I've gone for El Shaarawy. I've not got him in my team. I'm a little bit like, should I have gone for him? I'm still a little bit like not that bothered, simply because there's quite a lot of players that are like him, I'd say. He reminds me a little bit of you know, when the first came out FIFA and everybody were going for Ben Yedder and stuff like that. That's the kind of player that I'd see him similar to, and it's just not going to get into my team in all honesty. But I come up against him in weekend league and he is quality. You know, there's no denying that. So for just over 310,000, some people might see that as an absolute snip. For a 5-star, I think he is as well. So you know, I can appreciate why people go for him. And then into 6th position, you know, this is where I'd say for different types of players. You'd have expected them to be probably more attack-minded. When you start getting to your top 5 or 6, you'd be like, oh, we're getting so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. I've gone for Kleiber. Again, it was one of them players that came up in the SBC, and I think it was one of the first ones where it was a case of go for Kleiber or go for Haller or somebody, I can't remember, Malin it might have been, and I chose to go for Kleiber, and I thought his stats looked good. At that time I had Van Dijk at the back, so the Dutch connection would have worked really well. So I went for it, and for 85,000 coins, his stats improved as well after they didn't lose. I think it ended up a draw, annoyingly, but still an all-round absolutely quality defender. He can play left back, right back, centre back. If you didn't get him in your team for that price, you made a big mistake in my opinion. And then to the midway point, this is where it's going to raise a few eyebrows, I think, because I've gone for Cristiano Ronaldo, the flashback card from his Man United days, I believe it was. Right winger, 87 rated card, just over 330,000 coins to put together. I can get why a lot of people went for it. I didn't go for this card simply because I felt that he was never going to be as good as his 92 rated gold card. And I get that he's at 1.2 mil, and if you never feel like you would ever get that amount of coins together to be able to buy him and think that it was going to stay at that price for the rest of FIFA, yeah, I can understand 100% why he went for Ronaldo, and he might be your number 1 pick. But fortunately, I've had the coins to put together that if I spent 330,000 on him, like a lot of people did, after maybe playing 10 or 15, 20 games or whatever, that whole kind of, oh yeah, that were a decent card's out the window, because you want to get his better card, and you can't put them both in your team. So on that note, that's why he's number 5 and not any higher in my team. He's still a beast. He's still got all the in-game stats and feature type of thing of the typical Ronaldo, his body built and his head and his movement. But yeah, that is number 5 in my list. And then this is where the list starts getting a little bit sort of like up in the air, I imagine. Some of these might not be in your top 10, and you're looking at me putting them into my top 5. So in number 4 position, the 4th position is Iron Robben. The guy is an absolute beast of a player for me. His left foot, his finesse shot on this game is probably the best I've played with him. Like I was saying with Toni Kroos, his passing is better than anybody. I think Robben's left foot finesse finish is better than anybody else's in game. They were less than 150,000 coins. If I didn't go for this player, I'd be devastated. I really would, because he's played a hell of a lot of games for me. I put him up front and he just bags them in for fun. He really does. So yeah, absolutely in my top 10, and in that position at number 4, I think it's pretty decent place to put him. Number 3, this is the one that got away from me, and this was the one that actually made me think about creating this video, because when I come up against this card, I literally know I'm in for a tough game, and it is the one and only, the French OR. He's Lyon's midfielder, but they've changed his position as a striker. His stats were absolutely incredible. His finishing left foot, right foot against me seems to always be a danger. And if you like the French links, which a lot of people are quite easy able to put them together, even the likes of getting Neymar linked to him and stuff would have been so easy. I didn't do that, and I feel like that is the biggest one that I let go. Don't know why I didn't go for it. For 127,000, easy mistake for me, and I guarantee that a lot of people watching this will have gone for him. And if you missed out on him as well, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then number 2, this was genuinely, it could have gone either way. I could have had number 1 in 2nd place and 2 in 1st place, but I had to make an order. And in my 2nd place, I went for the 93 rated Wayne Rooney. This card has been one of the best I've played with, one of the best cards for having fun with in game. It was 445,000. That is the only reason I put him 2nd, just because of the pricing of it. I played him up front, he were incredible. I've dropped him back now into a centre midfield role where he's balanced, being able to get back and forward, and he's just absolutely brilliant. I think he's the cheapest version of a Hullet you could get, and I know a lot of you will be raising your eyebrows at that, thinking, what is this guy on about? But this is just my opinion. This is my team that I've put together as well, and I put in Rooney And I'd probably put, I'd vouch to say that he's going to be in my team in the starting lineup for the rest of this FIFA, unless I manage to get lucky, which we don't ever get lucky at. So, into number 1. I went for the one and only Dybala. I think this card is incredible. This is why he kind of picked Rooney, because he was half the price. It was 216,000 coins to put together. I'd just say, if you didn't get this one, regardless if he'd be on number 1 pick, number 5 pick, or whatever, he has to be in your top 10. He's just amazing. Similar to Robin, his left foot, amazing. I keep saying that word for this player, but it's so accurate. And for me, really, it was something that I played with his base card. I enjoyed it, but from an 88 rated base card to a 91 rated card that they've got here, moments of it, he's just so much better. His pace with a hunter on and his finishing is, incredible. So yeah, that was my top 10, and I totally appreciate, guys, your top 10 will be completely different to mine. Leave in the comments what you'd have gone for, even if it's your top 3 or 5. If you want to put your top 10 in, go for it, because it's other people watching this video will be interested, I imagine, to see what other people thought their top 10 would be. It was close. I've seen Boateng in a lot of teams, I've seen Ben Arthur in a lot of teams, and they're the type of players I'm thinking, ooh, that's pretty decent. Ribéry doesn't count because he's above, I think he was like 1.5 million. The rules are the rules. You can't break them. And I played against Ribéry and he is absolutely quality, but he's above that 1 mil price point. So keep that in mind when you put your top 10 together. Like I said, leave in the comments what you've gone for. I hope you liked it. I hope it stirs up a little bit of what you thought mine being rubbish choices or good choices. If you are if you're liking this style of video, I can do ones on attackers, midfielders, things like that. Best rated, best players, or most overrated players. Yeah, just let me know. It's fun knowing what you guys like to see as well, and I will keep trying to make as many good videos for you as possible, as you helped me out enormously over the last 3 weeks and the support that you've shown me. And it's something just to kind of let you know that in the next couple of weeks, what I'll be aiming to do is get some giveaways out for you guys that have been loyal supporters from the beginning. It's something that really, in terms of coin giveaways, or depending on what you're on, if it's PlayStation, I can do a coin giveaway. If you're on other like Xbox or PC, we can do some kind of points that allow you to be able to buy packs and stuff like that, because you're helping me out, I want to help you out, and if that kind of encourages you to come back as well and watch my videos, it means a hell of a lot. But look, for today, guys, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said before, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, join the journey, leave us a comment, let us know what your top 10 would be. But for today, guys, that's everything. Thank you very much. Toodaloo.